Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to Sun in the 11th house for Libra Ascendant people. And what happens when Sun is in the 11th house? In the sign of Leo, in its own sign for Libra rising sign folks. And this is different from my series of Sun in particular house, Sun in particular sign. Now we're combining the house and sign together, and also the third element, which is the lordship of the planet. So especially for Libra Ascendant people, Sun is in the 11th house, number one. Sun is in the sign of Leo, number two. And Sun rules the 11th house with the sign of Leo. So all these things are together in one house. So what does this do for Libra Ascendant people? Well, for this, first of all, if you do not know, if you have this placement and if you have Sun in this house or where your Sun is placed, all your astrological details, all your planetary placements, for that, check out the link here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction Aspects, and Mahadashas of the Spirit of Light, including all my consultations and reading at this link. So, Sun in the 11th house. Well, what is the 11th house? 11th house represents large organizations, social welfare, social reform, achievements, recognition, awards, hopes, wishes, desires, elder siblings. It represents, big non-profit organizations, wild animals. I mean, I can just keep going, and it represents the siblings of your father. It represents the children of your spouse. Represents the spouse of your children. I mean, you take it as it's going to be like that. So I can keep going what this house means. Actually, I should do a video of the dynamics of houses. You'll be surprised of what each house means. So, when Sun is here, okay, you have to understand Sun represents your ego, your power, your self-esteem, your vitality, your father authorities. The first thing you'll notice is that your father is kind of like your best friend or like your elder sibling. Not your best friend, but like your father acts like your elder sibling, like he is elder to you, but there's this friendly connection to it, that I can share things with you. I can tell you things that a normal son or daughter may not tell their father. You will always be supported in life, whether through father, through authoritative figures, or through their network circles. Because if your Sun is in the 11th house, I know you're born between 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That means Sun was operating when you were born. Sun was operating for quite a while. And so here Sun shows that Sun's going to be bringing you the income. Here you can make money through gold, solar technology, government, executive management, social welfare, social reform, non-profit organizations, making money through banking. And because you're a Libra Ascendant people, or not people, you're a Libra Ascendant person, Venus rules Libra, right? Venus rules the sign of Libra, sign of Taurus. Venus, as you know, is a princess. Okay. Now you could be a hardcore wrestler, soldier, marine fighter with Libra Ascendant. Don't think of this as some, stereotypical statement. But Venus is a princess. She's somebody who wants to enjoy life to the max with little effort. Meaning Venus wants to put this little effort and get this much gain. This is why Venus said, I'm going to give Sun the rulership of the 11th house. For all my hopes and desires will be ruled by Sun. Why? Because Sun represents the father. And what this shows is that a princess really wants to be taken care of, either through a father, the king, or some other king or princess or prince coming to her. So naturally, this shows that these people like to make connections with people who are very high up in authoritative level. They like to make friends mainly and keep in touch with friends who are like executives, CEOs, CFOs, have their own businesses, connected in the politics, connected in the government, connected in the entertainment. Because they feel like by having these connections, their ability to make money will become easier. Because if they're looking for a position and they know they have a network circle who's up high in the company, well, they can probably help them go, not start from at the bottom, but actually start from the middle or quite an upper ground. So what this shows in practicality, you could be a Marine. But the thing is, you like to make friends through which you can rise in rank. From Marine to go into like, general and whatever position is higher than that. So you like to automatically keep connections with those type of people. Because you're like, well, I fought this much, okay. But I don't want this much results through my ability to fight. I want like this much results through my ability to fight. Or you could be an artist. And you're like, well, I don't want to go out there and knock on doors of producers and directors and struggle like Robert De Niro or Al Pacino did. I just want to have a connection where I can just like get a start in a movie. Whatever I need to do, I'll do. Just get me in. Just get me in. So that notion of Venus really is reflected through this 11th house. And because Sun is in its own sign, first of all, it becomes powerful, but also here shows somehow an authoritative figure or father may also become an obstruction in your life. May become some sort of an obstacle in your life. Maybe you're so friendly with your father. Maybe you are so, close to your father that he never really raised you as a father. Like when you needed a father figure, he was there more like a buddy. So think of these kind of obstacles that can come. Maybe when you were trying to leave for some job interview, father got sick, you had to take care of father, you missed your job interview, you missed the opportunity. Because the 11th house for Libra Ascendant becomes a Bhadakesh. Bhadakesh meaning an obstruction house. Somehow, some way, it'll obstruct you some way at one point in your life. Whether it happens in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s. But it's not like it's always going to be obstructed house. No, this house is for gains. Sure, you may experience something one time, and that's your obstruction. And then you move on with your life. We all have it. Each ascendant has an obstructed house. Okay? So don't think like people are spared and you as a Libra ascendant are not. No, everybody from you to Bill Gates to Warren Buffett to LeBron James, everybody has a Bhadakesh. Actually, if you look at LeBron James, his Bhadakesh had something to do with the father. Father was causing some sort of obstacle or obstruction. Early in his life, LeBron James was just sleeping from couches to whatnot. And I mean, that guy deserves a success. Whatever he's worth now, like 400 million, 300 million, he deserves it. Whether you hate him or like him, but he paid his dues. So here, what the notion is that 11th house may cause some obstruction, but mainly 11th house is all about just fulfilling your desires, and your desires will be fulfilled through sun, through light. This is why these people make great performing artists, because sun is bright light. And because 11th house represents achievements, recognition, awards, these people shine in life, especially after 25, 32, 38, 46. I mean, these people always tend to find that even at the age of 10, you'll find that success. But here also you have to understand sun is a very hot planet. Sun burns the significance, okay, of wherever it sits. Here, what can it does? It can burn some of your network circles. So if you have too many friends, later on in life, you may have very few friends. Or you have a great relationship with the elder sibling, but at the same time, you have ego battles with them. Or you don't have any elder sibling because you became the elder sibling. Sun was sitting in the 11th house. You had to take the role of the elder sibling. So somehow, some way, sun will always somehow burn. It'll leave like this black spot, which will take time to heal. Because when you were born, the minute you were born, sun was really hot in your 11th house. So when you were born, blam, you get a hot sun. Now it's going to cool down as you age in your teens and 20s and 30s. So when it cools down, you bring your network circles back up. You bring your, authoritativeness back up. But these people have to be in an authoritative position. They love to do business. They love to be the CEO, CFO, because they want to be in a position of commanding so they can get the easy gains. But remember, you will always find support. Whenever you ask for something, you'll get it with the sun. You ask for money, you'll get it. You ask for support, you will get it. You just have to ask. Okay? So guys, this is my analysis of Sun in the 11th house for Libra Ascendant people. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your Sun is placed, all your astrological details, my books, reports, consultations, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.